Welcome. This is Callie Carroll, and you're listening to a special series where we're diving into Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, taking 28 days to have intentional gratitude to see how our lives can change. It is a part of Good Morning Sunshines where we wake up to see that perspective reveals miracles. And guys, I'm telling you, gratitude can change your world. Let's get started. Good morning, sunshines. Day 4 of our magic. Oh, it's magic, you know. I'm actually not a singer, you guys. You were thinking that was gorgeous, Cal. You're not. I still sing though, loudly. So you're welcome. I'll try not to do that often. I think I just lost every listener and viewer. Thanks for joining me and goodbye. Okay, we're doing the magic practice and we are on day 4 with Rhonda Byrne, and we are focusing on intentional gratitude to change our lives. I hope that by the 4th day, you can start to see it a little bit, especially since you've got your opening of your list of gratitudes, your closing of your focusing on the goods of the day, and then the lessons in between. So, we are going to talk about health today. And health is one of the more interesting of the days because it's probably, or just is, the most precious thing in your life. And at the same time, it's what most of us take for granted, you know? Until you lose it, until the sickness or the illness or the ailment or the injury occurs, we're just like, of course I can walk on my own 2 feet without pain, to go to the bathroom in the morning where I, on my own, take all of the foods and things that I drink and metabolize them and digest them through all of the organs in my body. And then I naturally just pee them out and get rid of the waste. I am a magician. Do you guys think that when you go to the bathroom in the morning? Most of us don't. We just take it for granted day after day doing our life, and then all of a sudden you're at a pole class and your wrist subluxes or something like that, and you can't use your right hand for a year, and you're like, man, that was really cool when I used to be able to use my right hand before all of these surgeries and things. That I could feed myself. It was easy to wipe my own butt. I could put my hair in a ponytail. I could cut my own steak because I had 2 hands and arms. That was awesome, and then you don't have it for a year and you're like, "Ah, man, this is kinda hard without it." I feel like I've had a lot of time to really connect on a deep level of gratitude for the miracle that is my body, even much more in depth because Rhonda only has so many pages to go through each one of these practices, but even much more in depth than what you guys will read through if you're doing book club. Don't forget, grab it, read it, because she'll actually take you through a list of different things just to tie you and connect you to health a little bit more. But as I go through and I learn about the tiniest things in our body and what they are able to do, right? The pituitary. Just take the pituitary. My son has a tumor in his, and since then I've learned about, it's basically like your hormone center, all of the different things that this little pea-sized organ in between your eyes does is miraculous, because without those things, or doctor created, man-made false hormones to take in, if you don't have a functioning pituitary, we would not be here. As with all of the organs of our body, your skin, that's a pretty cool organ. Have you ever thought about just, walking around with all that hanging out? Like, instead you're insulting your skin and the way it looks, or the colors that it is, or the stretch marks, or whatever, and like literally it's holding you together. I think on a very deep level, for a very long time, I have really spent time getting to say thank you to my body and the miracle that is. I've talked to you guys about my 3 a.m. wakesies sometimes. I don't know what that's all about, but one of the things that I will also do to calm myself and make use of the time, quote unquote, until I fall asleep is to dive into gratitude for my body. And I'll start with my toes and go through the toes, the bones, the toenails, how I like to have pedicures, each one of the bones in my feet. I've had plantar fasciitis before, and not being able to walk comfortably is, ugh, yuck to your ankles. And I just will move up my body to everything that I know regarding anatomy, which is not a ton, it's much less than other people, and give thanks for all of those pieces. And then like life hits, like the lack of health on a crazy level. And I feel like I'm surrounded by this a lot lately, you know? And I don't know what it is, but a lot of I guess the cancer piece makes sense because, I've been in a pediatric oncology floor for a year and a half. You make a lot of relationships, but just a lot of different people facing serious health challenges. And today's practice is all about bringing it back to our attention and having intentional gratitude for our health, whatever state we're in. Because number one, as this whole book prefaces, that which we give gratitude for is going to multiply. So if you give more gratitude for your health, you will receive more health. And that could just be the slightest thing that you're focusing on, but it's going to start to increase. In addition, especially when tied with health, gratitude changes the the makeup of our body. It can actually change the neurological pathways in which our brains choose to run, and starts to bring us increased releases of those feel good hormones, reducing the stress and long term cortisol in our body, which is very, very bad to have, right? The stress and tension we know creates it's a root of so many diseases, right? It causes so many different things. So not only are we attracting more health into our lives, but we're also supporting our body in healing and avoiding illnesses by choosing happiness, by doing the magic practice. And a couple stats that it shares in here, which I love, is studies have revealed that people who practice gratitude heal faster and are likely to live 7 years longer. And I don't know about you, but I'm like, I can get down on that, right? Definitely want to heal faster. I was thinking about this as I read today's practice. Gratitude is a vaccine, an antitoxin, and an antiseptic. And if you would imagine what the world would be like, because it also can help you fight diseases. It says in here, if gratitude were used in conjunction with conventional medical treatments, we would see a health revolution and recovery rates and miracles like we've never seen before. And firsthand, I feel like I have got to be the witness to that, not only in our own journey, but just recently, I was at chemo with another friend of mine and having conversations and bringing light and love and gratitude and joy to the situation while all of these humans are sitting here connected to these infusion poles fighting for their lives, but keeping a happy heart. And one of the first things that another one of the women comments on is how, of course, the medical support that she's receiving in her healing is a great part of the positive progress she's making, but she's doing a lot of the work too. She shared with us, right? She's choosing to heal her body, and gratitude for your body is a big piece of that. So if you're thinking, I can't do this one, like my health's a wreck, that's you need to. You need to change your focus. If you're saying my health's a wreck, you're going to get more of my health's a wreck right back. Instead, like, yeah, you might have a serious thing going on, but can you see? Do you have the ability to feel? Are your ears operating? Can you walk on your own 2 feet? Are you able to go to the bathroom without a bag hooked to your body? Are you tumor free as far as you know? There's some pretty cool things that are within your body. And you need to, I'm not going to read all this. So you guys would want to actually like read the practice, the day 4, and how Rhonda will take you through just some acknowledgement of all of the different things that your body does. And what today's practice is to keep it in front of our eyes consistently that the gift of health is keeping me alive. Okay. So you're going to make something, And I made this little card and I put it on a sheet where Witten and I were drawing together. I wanted to do that because it just reminds me like the gift of health isn't just keeping me alive, but it's keeping him alive. So it's connecting me even more. And have it in front of you on a regular basis, not just for today, you guys. We have a group of us have had cards around or out for years. That reminder, have gratitude. What miracle were you able to perform? Do you have an opposing finger and thumb? Because man, does that make things more simple for grabbing and doing a lot of the things in your life. It is an amazing thing. So, looking at and recognizing consistently, putting it in front of us that the gift of health is keeping me alive. So, you're going to make your sign, and then you want to make sure that multiple times throughout the day, you take some time to sit with it. Not just, oh, the gift of my health is keeping me alive, like really connecting to it. And as you see that, the gift of my health, I see the trillions of cells that make up my body, the trillions of cells that are like wildly and amazingly working together to build every little piece of which forms my body, all of my organs and my muscles, all of my systems, my brain, my heart. Like it really is mind blowing and the greatest miracle when you think about what you are able to do. This is that first practice. When I talk about self love, this is one of those things that just it blows me away. We are so critical. And remember what we talked about criticism, how long it takes for that to go away. Like, what about the relationship with ourselves? We're so critical of ourselves. But when you start to look and just really see the miracle that you are, just like with our relationships, right? Where you started to see things differently, like you don't even notice the cellulite that's on your right leg that was pissing you off before. You don't even notice. Instead, you're just like, girl, get it. Look at you, my friend. Like you can get out and you could go for a walk today because you can walk without pain. Who else can say that? High five. You start to see yourself differently. You start to treat yourself differently. And then everything starts to shift. It's not just energetically by putting it out into the world. Hey, I'm thankful for my body, but it goes even deeper than that, where all of a sudden you start to respect yourself differently, which has you show up differently, which creates different results. And watching your health multiply in such phenomenally beautiful, good ways is a pretty cool place to be. Remembering that this practice is intentional to change your life. One of those being your health, whatever state it is in now. So if you're practicing along with us, make your card, make your sign. The gift of health is keeping me alive. Take a look at it on the reg. Make sure you read through all of her different descriptions of what to be grateful for and how to connect you to the gratitude for your body. I do a lot of different body parts and reminders on my daily gratitude on Facebook, where we just are, hey, share with me why you're grateful for your teeth. What do those do for you? So like different, like even like closer connections. And we'll be continuing to go through this for 28 total days. I appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. Thank you for taking time for yourself. Thank you for taking time for your mental health. Thank you for taking the time to become the ultimate person that you can become and starting to show up a little differently. And for you, but also for the people around you, right? Your kids are watching you right now. They're like, wow, look at mom's listening to another podcast or doing another video, or she's writing notes. Like, what is she doing? She's showing up so differently. Why is she more patient? Why is she down playing with us more? What's going on? What is this shift? And it's because you're here. You're here. You're showing up. You're showing up for yourself. So I love you guys so much. Remember that perspective reveals miracles. And I cannot wait to be a part of tomorrow's conversation with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sharing is caring. If you got anything out of this, guys, I love you. And we'll talk with you later. Bye.